Going live.
The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo. I'm just a wee bit late starting today, by an hour or so. Terrible. So this wee bit behind now. So this just a few things to do here. Okay. Make sure it works all right today. Hey, side message. So today we're talking about stars and UFOs and UFO debunks. Usual. I didn't even check to see if that was working. Let's see if it works. Hey, that works. Don't think I've missed out anything. Apart from turning down the volume, I actually get echoes on some things anyway. Playbacks normally. Mr. G there. I tried to thought I was going to wake up early, like 9 o'clock today. It never happened. I've been working until late hours every day of the week on various projects. Trying to figure out security cameras around the house at least. This area is getting a bit more targeted with robberies, so I thought better beef up the security here and finding all sorts of problems, especially with Chinese that don't send the right items that they claim they're selling. I got an NVR, which records all your video cameras. And apparently someone goes up with a ladder and steals the cameras. Wears a mask, right? So yeah, not much you can do about that. Unless you set up a machine gun to auto fire. It's climbing up the ladder, unscrewing it, and it detects the movement. Maybe they need something like that on the border control, huh? Let's see, in America. That's how I'd have it set up anyway. As soon as you go to bed, anyone out there, warning, do not step past this boundary, you will get shot. And I think Art Bell needed that too, plus a big ditch around his property with water and crocodiles in it. Remember that thing? He was on radio and someone was shooting at his house, and he calls his he's got a separate building outside, Radio Shack. So yeah, So I was trying to start the show early for Mike King, but it looks like I failed. He said he's got Wednesdays off, but I think he may not had a evening nap and woken up for the show. Time zones suck, eh? It's hard to suit everybody's hours. You know, he said, oh, midnight's alright for me. But yeah, it might be that he's super tired and I'm super tired and... So I've had a few things going crazily happening around the house. We've had sensor lights turning on again. And currently, I'm not sleeping in my main bedroom, but I have to move back into it at some stage. I moved that because it gets too hot in here in summer. And I was choosing the other bedroom that was in the middle of the house, a spare bedroom. But as I go to bed, you know, all the lights switch off, you can see it under the door. And then sometimes they're switching on 3 or 4 times a night. And I thought, crap, either we got mice or we got ghosts. And I know we've got, I got stuff that happens in the house. And Mum, the only one that seems to sense it or see it so far. But Mum has noticed a few things, you know, voices and, what do you call it, lights going on and off and stuff. So she's seen it too. So this light in the bedroom that I had problems with when I was being haunted last time, it kept switching off and on while I was in the room. So I thought, oh yeah, it's just faulty. But then it come right. Remember I was talking about it, I'm sure they're listening to me. Remember last stream I was saying about the light in the bedroom, that it come good, and it's not been a problem for at least a year or so, where it started going wrong again. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I'm going to check every time I check the camera, it doesn't show it going on. And I think it's this crappy Chinese camera that I got that doesn't have ONVIR, so it doesn't work with my new DVR. And it uses this stupid app system, and they're trying to get you a cloud system where they're trying to get you a $20 monthly fee to use the cloud system and stuff that. But anyway, this camera is obviously not sensitive enough to capture everything. So I've played around with the settings a bit more and changed the location and aimed it at the light this time. So I haven't even checked today's images to see what's on there. So might be something interesting in there to come. Maybe I'll capture evidence. Who knows? But I'm still trying to get it all set up, right? So. Yeah, did I post that? No. Let me just get that posted and pinned. Yeah, it'd be good if I catch evidence, then I can bring you something that's backs up my stories. And hopefully it's not a faulty light, that it's a paranormal making it faulty. So that'd be interesting. There's a way to communicate with you, I guess. But you know, when everybody goes to bed in the house and I'm up to 3 or 4 in the night, sometimes I hear bangs in the loft, or sounds like the door's moving or something. So I bring up the cameras and have a look, because now I've got a hallway. I've got a hallway one now that's in the corner of the L-shaped hallway with a fisheye camera in it. So I haven't checked to see if there's anything on there either. I was so tired last night. If there was something banging around, I probably would have not woken up. Yeah, that would be really good. Hopefully it would be aliens. That would be really good. So, yeah, we better carry on with the show. So, I did a live stream, what's it, probably a year ago now, when Corbell brought out the so-called bokeh drone fleet over the Navy boats, remember that? And I was looking at one frame, trying to determine if it was multiple UFOs, and Mick West said that 2 and 3 were actually stars. And this was actually a plane that was blinking. And it's a lot bigger than the other two, right? On this frame here. So I ran it through analysis the best I could, because it was really went the best video. And I thought, well, how can it be 2 stars? Because this one up here, the angle seems to be wrong. And I thought, nah, Mick's got to be wrong. There can't be 2 stars. One of them's got to be a reflection. And could that be a reflection? Because for some reason these 2 seem to be linked together. So he's put out a new video, and we'll have a look at that. And he couldn't understand my analysis here. He said, no, why can't they be stars? Well, they can't be stars because one's a different direction. So one has to be a camera artifact. So that's my thinking anyway. Started off with these guys also saying the same thing. Mirroring this object. Those reflections, those that's your whatever. It's just a frame from them discussing it as well. So they thought it was a reflection too, not stars. But Mick West had different ideas. So that's his video there, I think. Okay. I probably should look at the old stuff first, though. Where's the old... I thought I had it pasted there, but looks like it's gone skew with... let me see, I'll just grab it from Discord. Play the original video, and we'll see what the quality difference is. Discord, vetting, was it? I was looking at it all again, because I always look at new things with new information comes up to light, right? So I always correct myself if more information comes in that changes it, and try and work out where I went wrong. So if you've been following me on Discord, actually I might just bring up Discord. I was trying to pin it together. So where's Corbell's? Oh, here it is. Okay, maybe I don't. I'll just pause it in the right places, maybe. Again, copy link. Okay, so Corbell put out this, remember, US Navy. There we go, it's updated. The US Navy photographed and filmed pyramid-shaped UFOs. This guy's such an idiot. He really is. He shouldn't be in ufology. And spherical advanced transmedium vehicles. I suppose he gets lots of money now because he's on Fox News. Here is that footage. His movies all suck. I don't know if you've ever seen his movie, but every one of them sucks. Patient 17 may be the better of all of them, actually. But still, it sucked. Okay, so here's the video. So you might be able to remember that. As you can see, it's being filmed through an eyepiece. Oh, why did it do that? I was trying to pause it. Let's scroll up. Okay, so that's going to be some sort of mask on the Navy boat. Now, there's one that pulses, which is a plane, they reckon, because it's in the flight path to LA. So already we've got another bouquet showing up here, and it looks like it's in the same direction. Can't see the reflection there though. But it might be a reflection there. Then they zoom in. And it looks like there's some stars or noise here. I suppose that's got to be noise. Little white dots. You can see it flicker like static. And it's not shaped like little diamonds, I don't think. But it might be. Let's see. No. They're not really distant stars or anything. It's got to be static. See that one that's sort of scooted around here? It's a bit confusing, isn't it? Is that what we're going to get? Must have missed the reflection one. There it is there. See the reflection? So I took this frame here because it looked like they were all moving together. I'll just keep on playing it. See how it seemed to move together? He's saying they're two stars. Then they zoom in. Then what's this thing here? So obviously this is moving in the sky and they're following it. So that's got to be another star. Now we'll just watch it again. It's not much of a video, is it? Pretty shitty video. There's a triangle! There's those reflections as I thought. See how they move together? But it's moving the camera, so it's a bit optical illusion. That might be moving slowly towards the stars. But then they zoom in, so it catches you out. Then there's meant to be another star there. You notice that they're all facing the same direction. So, you think Corbell would question that, wouldn't you? You think, that doesn't make any sense. Why are they all triangles in the same direction? So, they're not real UFOs, right? Let's try that again. So at the start you can see two stars. I think that's what Mick West uses for a reference point, and then tries to track where the camera goes. Plus we've got some clouds in the way. Now there's those two stars there, he reckons. But if you look at that carefully, does it look like it's pointing in the same direction? It doesn't, does it? That one looks like it's slightly different angle. So I'm not too sure, but I think Mick's got it right. Now what I thought what happened here is there was some atmospherics that sort of bent it, and when I enhanced it, they added some artifacts on the sides of the triangle, which changed the total angle to point downwards on a slightly different angle. But yeah, I think there's just slight differences in the atmospherics of the light coming to the scope there. Just bend it enough to make it look like it's a different direction. So I thought that was a reflection of that. And that was a mirror reflection of that. Because maybe they lifted up the scope. And that was my thinking. Because it's such a crappy video. So that's what Corbell put out anyway. So, and the bunkers went to town on it. And you know Mick West has got a group in a metabunk, and they've got lots of people that's going to have different skill sets. Ones that look at the stars all the time and notice the patterns, and so they got to it and tried to track how the camera moved. So he put out a video, or had a video, I'm not sure if it got taken down or not, of that happening. Whoops. Was there something else on this one? No. So I think we grabbed all the right frames there. We'll see if we grab the new one now from Mick's video. I'll open it up separately.
About a year ago, a video was leaked that supposedly showed...
Okay, so this came out on the herons, which I call the citizens herons. And it was called congressional herons instead, so I got slightly wrong there. The citizen herons was the make-believe congressional herons of Dr. Greer. Okay, so click on that, should open it up. Click on the YouTube logo, opens up the video from the other place. It's quite a handy thing to know. And so now we can watch his thing here with the stars. So, not too sure which 2 stars it was. Those 2, was it? So, it went past these 2 of the mask. Yeah, it must have been coming over this way. So, we'll see what happens.
supposedly showed flying pyramids above a Navy ship. It was quickly pointed out that the
Okay, you can straight away see the quality of the video is vastly better.
triangle shapes were just an artifact of the camera, something later confirmed in Congressional Committee.
It is simply that light source resolves itself through the night vision goggles onto the SLR camera as a triangle.
After that hearing, a longer version of the video was released. Now, I'd already identified several stars in the shorter one, but this was better quality, and it let us see that at the end there were 8 new stars that could be identified. The flashing moving light here is the UFO. I think it's probably a plane, but it might be a drone.
Hey, Jesper,
the other triangles here are all
Thank
stars.
you very much.
In the top right, there's 5 stars. 4 of them are the main stars in the quite recognizable Sagittae constellation, a kind of skinny fork. In the bottom right, there's Altair, a quite bright star, and 2 others from the Achille constellation. This can't be drones randomly aligning, even the magnitudes match.
Hey,
This is 100%
Remember.
these constellations, these 8 stars, not drones. This becomes even more significant when we
So he's overlaying a star map with the Cool Bell video here. We'll play it a couple of times.
look at the next video, recently acquired by The Drive, which has audio describing what they think they are looking at.
The Snoopy team leader on board USS Russell in position 3217 north, 11957 west, operating the SoCal hop area. With course 270 true, speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
So, did he say we have the 4th probable drone? Or 4 probable drones? I think this is where Mick West might be getting it wrong. He's thinking that guy's saying that all the stars are drones. I don't think he is saying that, if you listen carefully.
So the Snoopy team leader is filming these 4 lights and describing them as drones. The account given to the Congressional Committee also said they were drones. But you
No, but he said this is the 4th suspected drone. That's different. So that might be other footage that they've had, or they didn't have previously. They didn't have it on film, maybe. I don't know.
might recognize by now
I'll just play that back again, because I think he's wrong there. He's misheard it.
424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
4th probable unidentified drones. Or 4 drones.
Affirmative. With course 270, true speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones. We have visual...
Definitely sounds like 4th to me, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Maybe I need to up it, the volume a bit. Just a tab. There we go. We have 4th, it sounds, not 4 probable drones. They just change to English.
59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
So even he played it back twice there. We have 4th probable drones. That doesn't make sense in an English sentence. I think he means probable drone, not drones. What are you thinking? Still into fighting what's going on. Figuring what's going on. I'm just recapping an old case that we looked at, the Corbell bokeh UFO video from the Navy. Mick West has put out this one since we've got new video. Obviously way better quality. That brings out the stars a bit better. He's saying that this Navy guy is saying there's 4 probable drones in the sky. That's how he's hearing it. I'm hearing it as the 4th probable drone. And he said drones by mistake. That's what I'm hearing. So he's thinking, how could the Navy be so stupid to think that stars are UAPs? Well, I don't think so. The only ones that were blinking, they're probably thinking were drones. But I think Mick West is wrong there. But he's correct on the stars now. So I'm always debating with him, you know, but he doesn't listen.
Audio describing what they think they are looking at.
This is the Snoopy team leader on board USS Russell.
Snoopy team leader.
North 11957 West, operating in SoCal hop area. With course 270, true speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
Definitely 100% 4th there, isn't it? 4th probable drone. So if you had a look in the logbook, they had like a whole list of drone reported sightings. I think there were individual planes going to LA airport because now we know where they were located. It was directly right underneath flight path to LA airport. Now maybe the sailors didn't know that. I don't know. You think they'd have access to the same apps we do? Like they could be running. They're meant to be running the apps like you. I keep telling you guys, if you're going to be looking at stars and figuring out what you're seeing, you got to be running Heavens Above live star map with satellites, and you got to be running Flight Radar 24 or something similar. With there's quite a few out there that are equally as good, and various different costs, of course. So let's just carry on. He's going to figure out the stars again just to confirm the stars.
So the Snoopy team leader is filming these 4 lights and describing them as drones. The account given to the Congressional Committee also said they were drones.
See, I think he's wrong. He wasn't saying the 4 stars were drones. He was saying this is the 4th drone. And the guy just slipped up saying drones.
But you might recognize by now what they are. Is the same 4 stars seen in the bottom right at the end of the longer video. He's focusing on Altair, but we clearly see Terra Z above it. Then faintly there's Alshane below, and Gamma Sagittae briefly comes into view. The angles and magnitudes all match. These 4 lights are not triangles, not drones, just stars. So what is going on here? Did the Navy really spend years investigating these stars, thinking they were UFOs, before declaring them to be drones? Clearly the Snoopy team leader thinks they are drones.
We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
Scott Bray seems to tell Congress they are drones.
Some type of drone, some type of unmanned aerial system.
But they are stars. What on earth is going on?
You mishearing. So, I might have to get onto him on Twitter. You misheard. That's not what he said.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Bugger off, Joe. You don't
Supposedly showed flying pyramids.
See, this thing keeps turning back on. It's a bloody nuisance, I tell you. So let's just play that audio.
Pyramids above a Navy ship. It was quickly pointed out that the triangle shapes were just an artifact of the camera, something later confirmed in Congressional Committee.
It is simply that light source resolves itself through the night vision goggles onto the SLR camera as a triangle.
After that hearing, a longer version of the video was released. Now, I'd already identified several stars in the shorter one, but this was better quality, and it let us see that at the end there were 8 new stars that could be identified. The flashing moving light here is the UFO. I think it's probably a plane, but it might be a drone. The other triangles here are all stars. In the top right, there's 5 stars. 4 of them are the main stars in the quite recognizable Sagittae constellation, a kind of skinny fork. In the bottom right, there's Altair, a quite bright star, and 2 others from the Achille constellation. This can't be drones randomly aligning, even the magnitudes match. This is 100% these constellations, these 8 stars, not drones. This becomes even more significant when we look at the next video, recently acquired by The Drive, which has audio describing what they think they are looking at.
The Snoopy team leader on board USS Russell in position 3217 north, 11957 west, operating in SoCal hop area. With course 270 true, speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
You said drone or drones at the end there. It's a bit hard to know.
So the Snoopy team...
Let's just play it again. Did he cut it off there? It's got me sort of annoyed.
Course 270 true, speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
He said drone, didn't he? Sound like drones, because that's what Mick West was saying.
Visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
He didn't say drones, he said drone. 4th probable drone. He's not saying the others are drones.
So the Snoopy team leader is filming these 4 lights and describing them as drones. The account given to the Congressional Committee also said they were drones. But you might recognize by now what they are. It's the same 4 stars seen in the bottom right at the end of the longer video. He's focusing on Altair, but we click...
Yeah, so we can't quite see it in detail until we zoom in here. Okay, so... Where's the flashing light gone there? Is that the flashing light?
By now what they are is the same 4 stars seen...
If that's the flashing light, it's got to be a plane, surely.
In the bottom right of the...
Let me just go back. Where's the plane again?
We have visual of 4 probable
And that one might not be the plane.
unidentified drones.
So the Snoopy team leader is filming these 4 lights and describing them as drones. The account given to the Congressional
That's got to be the plane.
Committee also said they were drones. But you might recognize by now what they are. It's the same 4 stars seen in the bottom right at the end of the longer video. He's focusing on Altair, but we clearly see Tarazed above it. Then faintly the...
So... The other triangle should line up with the stars then, shouldn't it? Alright. Tara said. It's not quite in alignment to a star map. And so I thought, right, okay, so it looks like maybe the plane was over here, wasn't it? On Cool Bear's video. It was flashing, and then that one showed up, and then the mirror, what I thought was the mirror of it, is there. But you can see clearly, looks like it's going in the same direction, so it's got to be stars. With atmospherics, bending the light slightly, so they're slightly out to the star map. So I thought, right, we forgot about atmospherics that night. Could it bend that enough to be out of alignment with his star map? So he hasn't explained that, you know. See, I see everything. Hey Randy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. We're just breaking down Mick West's breakdown. He's missing out stuff, or getting things wrong. So where's the damn blinking light? Let's watch it again.
Not drones.
There's the flashing light, isn't it?
This becomes even more significant when we look at the next video, recently acquired by the Drive, which has audio describing what they think they are looking at.
The Snoopy team leader on board USS Russell.
I've got to zoom right in.
3217 north, 11957 west, operating in SoCal Hopper.
So where's the plane?
Course 270, true speeds 59, at time 0424 Zulu.
So that looks like it's a different part of the video to what Cool Bear got. It is, isn't it? So you should have played the whole sequence.
We have visual of 4 probable
Mind you, it's blinking like a plane.
unidentified drones. We have visual of 4 probable unidentified drones.
So the
But it seems to be moving with the other light, so...
Snoopy team leader is filming these 4 lights and describing them as drones.
I know stars do blink when we look at it with our own eyes, so that's got to be atmospherics, isn't it? And I think these have got to be smaller than the plane. This plane one was at least 3 times as big. So let's start it from the beginning again.
They showed flying pyramids above.
There you go, and see how flashy that one is. It's bigger, and it goes really bright, then fades
a
away.
Navy ship.
See that?
It was quickly pointed out that the triangle shapes were just an artifact of the camera, something later confirmed in congressional committee.
It is simply that light source resolves itself through the night vision goggles onto the SLR camera as a triangle.
After that hearing, a longer version of the video was released. Now, I'd already identified several stars in the shorter one, but this was better quality, and it let us see that at the end there were 8 new stars that
Okay, there's that one.
could be identified.
Was that 3 stars in a line there? 1, 2, they're very faint. I think night vision goggles would be better.
The flashing moving light here is the UFO.
Okay, now it cuts off the edge.
I think it's probably a plane, but
What's that there? Looks like a window, doesn't it? I don't know, it's part of the ship anyway. They wouldn't be filming through a window, would they? This is definitely a new part of that video to Cool Bells, isn't it?
it might be a drone. The other
Okay. Let's just go back a bit.
triangles here are
Plane.
all stars.
Okay, there's 1 star coming up. So where's the reflection that we're getting with the... That I thought it was a reflection, but it turns out to be the other star.
In the
Okay, there's 2 stars. So this must be at the end rather than at the beginning. Confusing. Let's go back to Cool Bells one. We're now seeing errors. Errors in what he's saying. Okay, it is the original. I'll zoom in. Okay, that's the plane. Clouds. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that spacebar thing. Ah, damn it. That's not it. That's the other bullshit video. Damn it. So this plane, there's the 2 stars. Oh, done it again. Spacebar don't work. Then they zoom into it. So the stars disappear, do they? Off screen. And then let's pass another one here. So the extra footage must be those other stars it passes. So I thought we'd see this end of the scope in the new video, but it looks like part of the ship. It's very confusing. It's definitely edge of the scope here, but then there's something else that comes into view, which must be another part of the ship. That's good stuff. Okay, so I think now Mick is correct with the stars, because the extra footage does sort of align the stars up better than it used to. But I think he's wrong about saying the trooper on the boat saying 4 UFOs when he's saying the 4th drone. If you remember my original breakdown, it's a good question. A lot of these guys are new here, probably didn't watch it. I was saying, Mick's wrong with that one there. It looks like a reflection, because the bouquet was a different direction. Bouquet. Mind you, I'm not sure how I spelt it. K-E-H. Let's see. Cool Bow leaks new footage of pyramids, so it must be that one. Let's just have a quick look. I think we've got some chapters here, so let's have a quick look down there. If I can read it. Let's see. Video of craft from Navy. I suppose there might be several videos together here. Watch Mick West's explanation. Alright, so this is his original explanation. So it might be good just to look at the originals again. Let's see, is that the correct one? Probably not music, is it? So what's he saying here? It seems to flick by very quickly. US Navy photographed and filmed pyramid-shaped UFOs and advanced transmedian vehicles. You know, all the buzzwords coming in. Here is that footage. What the hell does transmedium mean? Well, we know what a medium is, water, air. So does it mean it goes into water, air? Or the Sounds fifth better. dimension? Anyway, carry on. Now he's got some stills of images from the video. And it doesn't look like a pyramid to me, but it looks like a triangle. Kind of looks like an equilateral triangle as well. Right. And they all go in the same direction. Which should have been obvious to Cool Bow that they
Okay,
something wasn't right with the video, right? It should be obvious to any investigator that if they're all pointing in the same direction.
What's this one?
It
Not sure
can't
if I
be
can read a small
natural.
writing there.
Okay, so that was the other one. Mick West breakdown. I'll post a link to this anyway. I actually did add some extra analysis there too. Have you seen the hearing yet? I've seen bits and pieces of it. I never bothered watching all. I mean, that's be quite embarrassing, as they should have tons of footage. Yeah, that's basically what everybody's saying after watching it. But they said they got more hearings to come, so we have to see what the next ones produce, I guess. They should have tons, stars. They could have compared their footage to in the first place. Yeah, well, they had better quality footage, plus they had longer footage. And then it was fairly obvious the size of the triangles was smaller, so they had to be stars, and that object had to be closer. And blinking. Why did you fly a drone? Why would Chinese fly a drone with a blinking light? Come on. I suppose it's easier to call everything in the sky UAP, right? Or UA, what do they call it? UAE, is it? They got some other name for it, for drones. So, it doesn't make sense. So, they should have figured it out that they're right under a flight path. And what you're seeing there is a plane at 50,000 feet, not a drone, with stars in the background. So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, either the government is trying to do disinformation, or they're completely incompetent. But looking at the current government at the moment, incompetent does seem to suggest that's quite true. So let's just carry on. His first response to that video when it came out. So I thought he would have to do it. So let's have a read of what he said. I didn't do a video. He spent 10 minutes on it initially. A new UFO footage is that it's a human aircraft. I think it's not triangle shape. That's the shape of the glare from the aperture of the camera. So we'll go over that next. See other triangles. I don't think he did a video by then, did he? Must be the next live show I did. So Navy confirms. He works out the stars after that, yeah. Noise. Yep, noise, yep. What's he mean by... It's good to go back to your first analysis and see if you said the same things. Noise, you know, he needs to explain it a wee bit better. So, I'm not playing it. Maybe it is there. Is it Mick West? Has any new subs joined us since we've been on the air? Or are they all haters out there? Never changes. I don't know why they don't like Twitch. I don't know why they don't come on the side chat, because I think...
That's it.
There we go.
The first thing to notice is the flashing of the light. There are two flashes at different rates. A bright one every 1.5 seconds, and a dimmer one about every 1.25 seconds. These are basically the rates of flash for standard aircraft navigation lights. 1.5 seconds is the red anti-collision strobe, and 1.25 seconds is consistent.
Which you would also have on drones, so it doesn't have to be a plane, it could be a drone. I mean, I still think it's a drone. What they're filming here.
So I thought it was a drone back then because they put it in their book as a drone.
And if you zoom in the lights, right?
I didn't think the Navy would be that stupid to not put plane and drone. But it turns out they are that stupid, which kind of makes it wonder if it's disinformation or the people on board need some training because they're not using the apps to verify what's in the sky like I do with my Skywatch. So they are that stupid, obviously.
Zoom in. Oh.
But you should be able to take this, do it offline too. You should be able to look at the footage and say, okay, this whereabouts where we're located. There's the boat. Where's all the flight paths of commercial planes? Oh, right, we're right over under it. It shouldn't take too much to work it out. But we know that government do go wrong. The Chile one, where it was creating a UFO, was creating a contrail. And it was fairly obvious that it had to be a plane. But they said because it wasn't on the short range radar, well, they said it on radar, they didn't say long range radar. They said radar is a general thing. That they thought it was a UFO. Because it wasn't appearing on the flight path. But they didn't look far enough away. As you know, you can see planes with your eyes up to 100 plus kilometers away. So, and that's at 38,000 feet, as we've seen on my video, even on doing it in New Zealand here, during the daytime. And at night time, you got the actual lights flashing as well, the bright white lights. So, would you be able to see even further? Maybe, but you wouldn't be able to see detail. So, yeah. I did remember Thunderfoot did his own analysis on it. The duck video. Yeah, that's another video, which we did cover too. Which is just 2 balloons, I think it was, tied together. I tried to look at different duck balloons and geese balloons and all sorts of things if you look at my original video. Anyway, might be best to go over that early one. I'll just post a link to it. First look, Corbell pyramids. And the duck one is a good question. Wasn't too far away from there, was it? So it was all on that video after all. That's good. All the original stuff that Mick and I and Corbell were saying. Rubber ducky. Duck. No, let's see. That was it there, wasn't it? I don't know. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it looks like a rubber duck. Deceptive UFO channels fight for content. UFO catch-up analysis. I think that's got to be the one. I think John even joined us. Latex balloons. Well, we'll play his analysis in a minute, and you can see. Yeah, I got a donation from John. Wow, $20 US. How do you feel a helium balloon? No. Yeah, so he was on there. I said you'd have to donate because I'll let you on. I think he just missed me. Okay, so that's when we're looking at the video, wasn't it? So, Third Phase have been pushing this one quite a bit. They got the guy that filmed it or something. Well, actually, the guy that leaked it to do an interview. You know, as soon as someone goes on Third Phase, straight away they've lost credibility as far as they're concerned. And they're after publicity and attention.
Third Phase is just pure lies. Pure lies. God.
Deceptive they are.
You got to remember, John was a hardcore big channel watcher, and he even gave donations. Like he's very generous with his money. He was paying Tyler Klockner, the big hoaxer, #1 channel, and he was also a Third Phase fan at some stage, and also a Dr. Greer fan. And after he's watched all my stuff, he got out of ufology. He said, "That's it, I'm done." He says, "You've put my mind at ease now about most of it being misidentified, and he'll just keep a background check on what's going on with anything new that I'm bringing out." So he's really the only channel that he now watches for real answers. But he was hardcore watching UFO stuff day in, day out for God knows how many years, and how much funding he was giving these guys. It's unbelievable. But you can see I've made him into a complete hardcore debunker, a skeptic.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of them out there, Tyler.
Yeah, he's really angry with Tyler now. He knows about the hoaxes as he did. Anyway, go and have a listen to the Rubber Ducky one if you want. And I think I said it's most like John thought it was just rubbish bags, from the shopping mall floating over the terrain. I said, no, I think it's got some helium in it, and it could be a character balloon. So we started looking at different balloons, right? So yeah, that wasn't too long ago, was it? 448. It was after Robert left the channel, and I was trying to carry on with live streams. Then I tried to do a new format, and then eventually went back to the live streams with chat with Paul. So that's where we're at. Anyway, I think we're pretty much done on that one now. And the Rubber Ducky one hasn't changed my opinion on it. Apart from I only enforce it because Mick West come out with a wind chart, which showed the wind was going in the right direction for that being moving across the desert. But he also said there's not enough weather data coming in at all the different levels to be sure, because the wind can change direction. And what it can look like it's flying into the wind, when in fact it's not. It's actually flying with the wind. So the wind is really a misdirection, especially in hilly or deserts and coastal regions where that ducky was filmed, right? It was flying across the coast, near the coast, where you get a lot of the air currents changing. But anyway, we're not going to go over that one. That one's still correct. It's just garbage in the air. Not UFO. I know they did do other shows where the guy coming on still talking about it as a UFO, and no one was taking it seriously or whatever. Well, no wonder, because it's not a UFO. So, yeah, I put a link to Mick West's latest breakdown so you can watch it on your big screens yourself. I think I've played it enough though. Mick West claiming Snoopy, or whatever his name was. Really small font, it's like 3 points, claiming I've got a cup of tea here, it's getting cold, I better drink some of it. Mick West claiming Sailor Snoopy said 4 UAPs, but he didn't. So we still debunked Mick West. So that should make some haters happy. He needs to put a headset on and play it back like I have here. So, unfortunately, I can't actually reply to his video because, like all people that got something to hide, he's blocked me. So I can say, nope, you misheard. He said fourth drone, not drones, not four drones. Now I'll just put that there. Now if you go to that link there, you won't see it. So you need to be in a one that's not logged into YouTube. I think all mine probably are. I'm just thinking, is there a browser I can use? Probably not. I could log out, but that's a pain in the bum. But if you go there, you'll see my comments disappeared. If you go sort by newest, it looks like it's there. That's because that's what Google does, right? When you've been blocked, you don't know. It still leaves your message there. It doesn't say you blocked, you can't comment, because then people go and create a fake account and then they comment, right? It's baffling that the Navy is stupid enough to have allowed this BS to reach as far as the congressional hearing. That's really true. What will you do without Mick? Well, he's not completely right here. So he's still human. This is why the government needs to leave the analysis of UFOs to people that understand technology, like me, and science. Yes, clearly the people hired to run the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which is a mouthful and a half, lacked the expertise and tools. Well, they don't even know how to use flight radar. Or do they? Or are we being misled? I think we're being misled, to tell the truth. I don't think the Navy would be that stupid. They got their hands on the pulse of the biggest radars on the sea, right? So why? Maybe they are. Maybe they're arrogant enough not to use the public domain ones with their ones, just to see if there's anything missing. Strange, it really is. Tea. I didn't get a cup of tea because I was late. So yeah, I'm going to join in the comments here. And say Paul sent you. Who you blocked. So yeah, did any of you click on that link and see if my comment was there? Just say no, you can't see it. Alright, Wesley did. Hey Snipes, how's it going? I didn't see you there. Thanks for joining us. Yep, just checked your right comment, not there. So why would a debunker block me? A truther. That's because I'm not a full debunker, you see. You know, it means some of the stuff I believe is not all explainable. As I told to Mick West, I said there's footage out there that you haven't got access to, which is 100% UFOs. He says, can I get it? Can I get it? I said, no, you haven't been given permission to get it. You know, you have to be in the know. That's good. It's good that everybody's healthy. It's meant to be some new variants of so-called the virus going around again. New Zealand's in a mess at the moment. The hospitals are overrun. But it's not as bad as they thought. They said it would have been a lot worse if the whole country didn't have the third booster, mostly. 90% of us got it. But maybe we'll all be sick or dead sooner from doing so. But who knows? There's a lot of arguments and debates about it all. Even Mum's questioning it now. She says, I feel a lot worse now since I've had the vaccinations. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those ones where you got to give it time. Eventually all the truth comes out and all the stats come out properly. So, getting back to UFOs though. I know a lot of people did say the virus come from aliens, but that's not true. I think a lot of this bad stuff comes from bloody humans. They're really tampering it. Basically, they're meant to be mucking around with dangerous viruses even still, from what I heard last week. And it's unbelievable, really. Humans are so stupid.
Top right, there's 5.
So yeah, we're finished with old Nick. He's blocked me. There's not much I can do. What the hell's that? Spirals in the sky in New Zealand. Okay, that's the next one. What was that one? Oh, right, that was the Mick West one too. I'll just post a thread to his Twitter account on that too. Mick's tweets. He hasn't blocked me there. That's the only place I can actually communicate with him. He doesn't always answer, oddly enough. I don't know if he's scared of me or what, but we had a big debate once where I was saying, why haven't you got a PhD or at least a degree, you know? He's a so-called game coder that made millions of dollars being bought out. And you can use some of that money to go to university and prove his science capabilities, right? And I says, just do it, because it's a great social thing and you'll get to meet greater minds than yourself. Because at the moment he has like an ego-ness to him that he's the best. He really needs to go out there and branch out to see people got better knowledge where he hasn't. I suppose he does meet a few scientists through his own website now, but university is different. He needs to go and have fun, because he always looks so serious, and it looks like he needs to get drunk and just unwind, doesn't he? You didn't have the vaccine. It wasn't being used as a test subject for a new vaccine. Yeah, but then you ain't got a dictatorship government like we've got here in New Zealand, run by a female, who's got to be kicked out next time. Yeah, they're saying that you couldn't go into shops if you weren't vaccinated. You had to get a pass and all this stuff. You couldn't do anything. My sister's boys, they refused to get it too, so they they couldn't complete the university qualifications. So that was wasted money. And they couldn't get a job. They got laid off the job. They were shelf packers and restaurant, and they weren't allowed in without getting vaccination. So in New Zealand there was punishment, just like in China. You think UK was bad and USA was bad, but no, New Zealand was a test bed, and that's why that guy in Canada seems to copycat what she's doing with the guns and the virus control and all that sort of stuff. But that, yeah, we're not going to make this into a political channel. But yeah, if you want to discuss all that, I can quite happily talk about it on Discord. It's the only place where it's not censored. But anyway, the truth is out there. Channel. Okay, Mix, we're finished with. Okay, on to this thing that happened in New Zealand again. Spirals of blue light in New Zealand night sky leave stargazers kind of freaking out. So this happened, and I didn't see it. And I go out quite a lot at night times. You think something that big would be lingering in the skies for hours, but I guess it wasn't. And you can have a look at this photograph. They didn't take a video of it, but they took a photograph. But they should do both. You can see here, I'm not sure if they set it on a tripod, but it looks like it's been stretched by about 5 seconds there, doesn't it? So maybe the video didn't come out very good, and instead they decided to do a tripod with longer exposure, 5-10 seconds or whatever. So not quite a uniformed spiral. There seems to be something up in the corner here. So when I see that, it reminds me of that Russian one where we saw it from the side, and it created a spiral effect when the rocket went wrong. But we know that SpaceX does weird stuff with its rockets where they do come back down again. And there was apparently a SpaceX launch that day. So were they over New Zealand when they were firing the rockets? And it just created this wheeling pattern above. I'll leave it at this, but if seeing me off, maybe I would see green light bands. What do you mean? I saw my aliens before the virus and vax stuff all come out, though. Is that what you're saying? You're saying the vax might have played around with my mind. There's been all sorts of rumours which I've looked at with electronics, nano electronics, right? Turns out to be crystals that form with certain compounds in the liquid crystallizes, and it looks like little circuit boards. Which again looks very similar to nanotechnology because they are solid groupings of various chemicals, right, that form these rigid right angles and all that. But we know crystals do form right angles. So if you've not seen that one, go back and find it, about the vaccine having circuit boards in it. My analysis was that even though we got batteries, nano batteries, they're way too big. You would see them, the size of them, you would see them, they're about a centimetre. And micro thin, of course, but you'd see them in an injection tube. And I don't think they quite got circuit boards running off your human bloodstream, you know, through the heat. Although they were working on it, because it's only low voltages and low currents, right? But anyway, that's another thing. Good. Takes a lot of research, you know. What you can find out there publicly. A lot of it's based on what the universities were researching on. Cool, I'd like to take the mick out of you. I mean, if the virus put me in a grave, probably see Dr. Greer's light bands. Alright. Yes. Dr. Greer was the last stream, wasn't it? I did. So, yeah, his ones are all mundane stuff, not actually anything to do with aliens. Hey, a lot of people talk to trees, though. But lens flare, I think that's a step too far. What was the other one? A bug. I don't think many people talk to bugs, apart from die, fly, die, as you're trying to swap it in summer. But anyway, back to New Zealand. Doesn't look blue there, though. Looks like a white spiral there. Have you got any blue ones? Blah, blah, blah. So I suppose we could read it out. Let's just try the reader. We haven't played around with the reader for a while. Because I'm going to get some words wrong in it. Okay, let's close down some of this crap here. I don't even know if Edge works anymore. We haven't used it for a while. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was meant to fix that. There's a bug. Makes this bigger. That's not a problem. Read aloud. Where is it? I can't see it in the list. That's weird. Right. Oh, that's right. Scroll down because it's too big. Oh, what's all that garbage? But not too far. Read aloud, read aloud, read aloud. Where are you? There it is. We found it.
Americas.
Oh.
Asia.
Oh.
Australia.
Oh, it's here.
Middle East.
Duh.
Africa.
Stupid reader.
Inequality. Global development. More. New Zealand.
Finally.
Spirals of blue light in New Zealand night sky leave stargazers kind of freaking out. Social media abuzz with pictures and theories about formations thought to be from exhaust plume of SpaceX rocket. A spiral of blue lights is seen from Stewart Island/Rikura, New Zealand, on Sunday. Theories on social media about its origins ranged from aliens to foreign rockets to commercial displays. Photograph, A Last Air Burns/Twinkle Dark Sky Tours. Tess McClure in Auckland. At Tessarini. Monday, June 20th, 2022, 2.38 BST. Last modified on Monday, June 20th, 2022, 2.49 BST. New Zealand stargazers were left puzzled and awed by strange, spiraling light formations in the night sky on Sunday night. Around 7:25 p.m. A Last Air Burns, a stargazing guide on Stewart Island/Rikura, received a text from a friend, "Go outside and look at the sky." As soon as we actually went outside, it was very obvious what it was he was referring to, Burns said.
What's this bullshit coming up?
You need to register to keep reading. It's still free to read. This is not a paywall. We're committed to keeping our quality reporting open.
Assholes.
By registering and providing us with insight into your preferences, you're helping us to engage with you more deeply, and that allows us to keep our journalism free for all.
You assholes.
You'll always be able to control your own. Privacy settings.
Bastards. So we got caught on that one. So where did we get to? I just knew it wasn't going to go to plan. Read previous, read next paragraph. Come on.
Spirals of blue light in New Zealand night sky.
Come on.
Social media. A spiral of Tess McClure at Tessarini. Monday, June. Last modified on Monday, June 20th.
Let's go through it, gang. Should better click there. It's having trouble.
Spirals of blue light in New Zealand night sky leave stargazers.
They're such assholes. These websites now. Everybody wants money. Yeah, let's do it that way.
New Zealand stargazers were left puzzled and awed by strange, spiraling light formations in the night sky on Sunday night. Around 7:25 p.m. A Last Air Burns, a stargazing guide on Stewart Island/Rikura, received a text from a friend, "Go outside and look at the sky." As soon as we actually went outside, it was very obvious what it was he was referring to, Burns said. He saw a huge, blue spiral of light amid the darkness. It looked like an enormous spiral galaxy, just hanging there in the sky, and slowly just drifting across, Burns said. Quite an eerie feeling.
Mr. Burns.
Burns snapped a few images of the lights on long exposure, capturing the spiral from his phone.
Long exposure.
We quickly banged on the doors of all our neighbors to get them out as well. And so there were about 5 of us, all out on our shared veranda looking up and just kind of, well, freaking out just a little bit. All the worst things you can think of. Christchurch residents stricken by city's stench. Read more. The country's stargazing and amateur astronomy social media groups lit up with people posting photographs and questions about the phenomenon, which was visible from most of the South Island. Theories abounded, from UFOs to foreign rockets to commercial light displays. Premonition from our orbital black hole, said one stargazer. Aliens at it again, commented another. The reality was likely a little more prosaic, said Professor Richard Easter, a physicist at Auckland University, who called the phenomenon weird but easily explained.
Mick West.
Clouds of that nature sometimes occurred when a rocket carried a satellite into orbit, he said. When the propellant is ejected out the back, you have what's essentially water and carbon dioxide that briefly forms a cloud in space that's illuminated by the sun, Easter said. The geometry of the satellite's orbit and also the way that we're sitting relative to the sun, that combination of things was just right to produce these completely wacky-looking clouds that were visible from the South Island. Easter said the rocket in question was likely the Global Star launch from SpaceX, which the company sent into low Earth orbit off Cape Canaveral in Florida on Sunday. Burns had guessed the spiral was likely a rocket, having read about a similar phenomenon in 2009, when a Russian missile launch caused huge blue spirals over Norway. Even knowing the likely source, he said, it was a confronting sight. None of us had ever seen anything like that before. It was spectacular. Topics. New Zealand.
So did the third phase turn it into UFOs? Let's have a look. I haven't looked at their stuff all week, so they might not have much up. I don't want to use that one though. Page not found. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, back to here. Alright, I posted a link to that. The Guardian, who interrupted our reader because they wanted the money. I promise to get us up. No, it gets tough. We'll find a way to hack around it. All information should be free, as far as I'm concerned, and people should donate or buy subs if they want to. Subscriptions, that is, not subs. Although I'm pretty sure a lot of the big channels do buy subs, and they pay someone to do it, so they're sort of excluded directly, so it's not using the email. Tyler being one of them. Anyway, you don't have 2 million subs and only 200,000 watch, right? It doesn't make sense at all. And of course, 200,000 would be people coming back and commenting, so you could probably half his 200,000 down to about 50,000, because that's the real number out of 2 million. So was Google not get rid of all his subs? Anyway, that's me going back onto a rant there. How biased the system is. I did copy that, didn't I? New Zealand spiral. The spiral UFOs are coming. The Guardian. I should have found the New Zealand one. I don't think they force subscription, but I'm not sure. There must be a New Zealand newspaper that, or news, a university newspaper. They're out there. The Radio NZ. Some people like that. Not that I really cover much of the major news anymore because I don't trust it. I don't trust anyone on news channels or mainstream media because we know they lie and they replicate the same lies without doing their own investigations. And they're still doing it today. I've seen the news. Trump this, Trump that, Trumpy dumpy dumpy dump. It's boring as hell. All lies. Lies. And yet they won't expose Biden for falling off his bicycle. You know how they hassled Trump to get medical and check his brain and all that sort of stuff? He was incompetent. And yet they voted for Biden. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? This is how stupid the world is. And they all follow what the news tells them. They don't do any background checks to see what the real facts are. It really annoys the shit out of me. And they're so left on Twitter. If you point it out to them, all the lies, they simply unsub. They don't check it out for themselves. Oh no, and that's not what my friend said. Oh, and that's not what the CNN said. I hate it. I really hate it. And of course, our New Zealand news, they get the feed bought from CNN. This is probably the worst news channel ever. Anyway, third phase. It's got to be more than that, surely. We've looked at all of it already? No, surely not. They must have the spiral one up there, surely. What happened there? There's no spiral. No, that can't be right, can it? Why haven't they got anything about spiral? They normally put up the spiral one in an episode. We looked at this one last time, didn't we?
And let's get their opinion on it.
Alright, we missed this end bit last time. Let's have a look at that end bit one. But yeah, they haven't put up anything about the spiral. How come? Are they too busy making new movies and lots of money that they haven't got time to turn legit news into fake UFOs?
Exactly what it is. So we're inviting the public. We've got a
There's
few
a
minutes
squirrel.
in this stream. And why not? Let's just bring in the public. I'm going to put the StreamYard link.
So it happens behind it here. Which to me looks like it's a plane with a short contrail straight away, right?
If you guys have...
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe sped up, is it? Let's see, where's the original video?
Takes to get to disclosure, and it's a hard, bumpy road that we're on, but...
Especially with you creating disinformation. Makes it even harder.
At first I was thinking it's something celestial, but the way it's just kind of squiggling around.
So that's got to be like a military jet then in that case. And it looks like someone's at the front door. Hopefully there's someone in the house that will answer it.
And it's topsy-turvy way.
Could it be a contrail, or could it be one of those stupid kites with a long tail that flaps?
Undulating.
It could be one of those RC kites, actually. Let me just go back. You know, the RC kites that don't have any strings.
Yard link, if you guys have...
He hasn't zoomed in. Looks like the contrail wobbled, which means it rules out playing with a contrail.
Yeah.
Now look, a beat there, so that's like a kite tail, isn't it? No, I'm going to say it's not a plain contrail. That's got to be a kite. One of those kites with the long tails, right? So we're looking at... let's see, kite. Alright, so put in kites. Images. So these are ones that got motors on it. And float around like a hang glider. Okay, and they can be quite big, as you can see. And any colour you want. Look at that one, looks like a bird. Not seeing one with a long tail on it though. Long tail. There we go. There's one. Be something like that one there, I think. What is it? Yeah. Make it a hot dog and one fish. What do we got here? Parcel. I wonder if it's my phone. For the Skywatcher. I've got the phone for the Skywatcher, but I'm just trying to replace my original phone. What is it? It could be a phone. Hard drive maybe. For... Okay, I've got some box of goodies here to go over. And it looks like I'm going to have to get a knife into it. It's well wrapped. Go away. It's probably got the virus on it. Okay, so whereabouts was I? Okay. Whenever I touch anything that comes from China, I always wash my hands. But if I get infected after this, blame Mum for ringing in the parcel. The doorbell ring was a parcel delivery. So where's one of these IC kites? Okay, let's have a look at that one. Although this one's obviously going to be closer. From you. Oh, that one's on a string. Can you? And it's got stupid music, so you get copyright infringement. They go up pretty well, don't they? Those kites that they make. Oh yeah, so you can get these ones without the string, which do exactly that, right? So it looks kind of like that. But you get ones that have got the thick tail, starts with the thick tail and tapers off. So I think that's what we're watching here. Because of the curvature happening there. I have found the one in the past, but I just can't find the video now. Hey, what's that? Snipes. Thanks very much for the donation, man. So I really ever see those. So it's a bit of a shock to get one. They will keep it probably for later in the year and say, oh right, yeah, they will recycle it too. They wait till people have forgotten what the news said. SpaceX. Very true. My nose is blocking up, so if I start to sound a wee bit Darth Vader-y, you'll know why. There was a nighttime one. I'll just put kite, kite long tail. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we get multiple tails, which it could be. Here we go. Here's one with the thick tail that tapers off. I think what we're looking at is something like that. Okay. I know we're seeing some night footage of these flying around. Look at that one. That really tapers off. rainbow kites. Yeah, so we need see one's nighttime. Nighttime. And videos. Here we go. Stunt kites. Let's have a look at that one. Still got the thick tails though. Those ones are on cable, but they're white. All right, like in the video, the sun reflects off that. We had the thicker tail kite that would match what we got here. So
yeah, what we're looking at here, we'd sure like to.
You can see how fast these things move. That would match up with the video. Okay, let's see what else we can find. Smaller tail kite. Needs a tail. Not all kites do need a tail now. Depends how it's designed. They're a fool. Some need to keep weight down so it stays into the wind, but not all kites now need tails. Let's try Kite Festival. That's normally where you see a few of them. Kite Festival, because they're quite mad in China. This stuff, maybe. There we go. Festival. They got all sorts of damn kites there. 2020, 22, 2020, episode 3. Obviously, like film, there's a lot of them to film. 20, another one. Not to see nighttime ones. That one looks like it's getting dark. That dance. That one's in America. Let's have a quick look at that one. Hopefully, it won't get any copyright.
Spot. Where to drop in at? Where to?
Okay, there's a lot of kites. Too busy talking, so looking at kites. Useless. Okay. Night kite. It should be Night Kite Festival. Facebook. Yeah, it's not coming up, is it? Let's type in night. Kite Festival. Night time. Okay, here we go. Is there any better ones? Illuminated kite flight. Here we go. Let's see if that one's got the ones we're after. Got music on it probably. Hollywood. Yeah, look how that one's flickering. Yes, it looks very similar from a distance. High mass light, not a UFO. There's not much going on in this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, we've seen that one. Is that all they got? Chinese do it better. Come on. This Chinese one again. Let's have a look. Is that China? So look at what they got going on that one. Oh, here we go. Here you go. RC, yes. RC kites, love it. Oh wow. That one's got cable. Show us the RC ones. Here we go, RC ones, I think. There's the one with the big tail. Spider. Come on, let's focus on the kites. Here we go. No. There we go. That one's got lights on all the cable, I think. Oh, damn useless. It's got to be better videos out there, unless it's the one we used to look at has disappeared. How about this one? Going to find one eventually. Oh, here we go. They got spotlights up even. It's amazing how they'd sit there at night time and film that. You can't even see them without LEDs on. Doesn't make any sense. There you go. Octopus. Or octopi. You know, if people saw that in the sky on third phase, they'd say, wow, you caught a real good UFO. But I believe this is what, when they see the octopus in the sky on various UFO cases, it's one of these that sort of broke off the cable and started drifting off into the air on a windy day. I'm pretty sure someone was flying something like this in Australia when they saw, you know, that case, West Australia. They said that it looked like an octopus UFO. Well, this is bound to be it. And of course you can get white ones and ones that don't do stupid things like that. So this is the sort of thing we'd expect to see on third phase, right? Oh, what is it? Is it new technology? Is it meta propulsion? So I should do a comedy of them again, shouldn't I? And just put all these obvious ones together, and just pretend to be Brent and Blake. I need a second person here. What's that? That's a long tail. Shows how big these damn things are. Remember that little kid got whipped up in one of the kite towers and she was flown up into the air? It turned out to be a real video, that. A tube one with a long tail. Look at that. See, they haven't got it fully lit up though. Goes all the way down here, look. That's really cool. Anyway, we'll probably get some copyright infringement. So this one's fairly obvious what it is. So let's have a listen.
Get your opinions. Again, let's take a look at this. At first I was thinking it's something celestial, but the way it's just kind of squiggling around.
Plane or kite is what I got straight away.
Way undulating.
There it goes.
I don't think it's some kind of space debris coming in. And then at one point I thought
space debris.
Kite, but again, it seems to traverse across the sky. Usually the kites are pretty much in its area tethered to a string. This is kind of
it's not. I just proved it's
moving
not.
Along here. Somebody says that this video is...
See, that proves to me they know it's a kite and they're trying to deflect away from it, saying straight away it can't be a kite because it's not on a string. There's no way you could tell even on this video that it wasn't on a string. Because they have a string here and it's flying upwards. And that's all we're seeing, right? We're not seeing it completely. They're actually filming the squirrel, obviously, and not concerned about the thing in the background.
Poor quality. Let's just bring them in. Joe K says this video's crap. Joe K, I'm not exactly sure why you'd say that. Actually, it's coming in pretty clear.
Well, we'll
and
just
after
say that.
some enhancements,
How
we're
dare
actually
you?
able to see it pretty good. So I think it's actually pretty cool video. I disagree with you on that one, but Steve Rush says it's alive. And that's a pretty good call.
Alive?
It's interesting.
A biological
it does
cut.
have its squirrely look. Sam Speed says it doesn't. It definitely has. It's interesting. You got the squirrel, and then you got the squirrely UFO. Interesting. We got. I guess we've got somebody joining us. Let's bring them in the stream and let's get their opinion on it.
Have any of you guys gone and trolled them when they're doing a live show and actually gotten all sort of stressed out? Because that would be hilarious. You'd be banned, somebody like me, so I can't join and sort of troll them like that. Some random guy, it's live. Yeah, it's probably people they paid to come on. Here, also $10 extra. Can you donate 5 of that back to us to make it look good?
Let's turn down that audio first. Spaceman, how you doing today?
How you doing? Yeah, good, thanks. I really wanted to talk to you about the Roswell incident because I actually...
You meant to be talking about the video, you dumbass.
30 years, and I actually
unfortunately, there's an echo coming in on your end. There's an echo.
Yeah, get your headset on, dude.
So you're gonna have to turn your audio down on one of the monitors so we could hear what you're saying here. Let's try that again. Did you fix it, Spaceman?
You got rid of him quick.
Oop, we lost Spaceman. I guess he dropped out. Yeah, the audio is pretty bad. That's right, Richie.
You see my Dr. Norton's...
We have to have the quality stat.
You see my Dr. Norton piss take? I do exactly that scene where Uni Rock comes on and it starts asking hard questions, so they get rid of him. Where is that Dr. Norton thing? Norton. Yeah, there should be a comedy channel, shouldn't they? Where's the Dr. Norton one? Is that one? Dr. Norton. Is that the one? I think it might be. Live. Live insecure team.
And attempted, at least, to...
Okay, let's just play
is a
this.
very exciting day. For around 5 years now, the Secure Team channel has had the pleasure of bringing you the alternative news of the day and attempted, at least, to answer some of the most pressing questions facing us as a community. The alien cover-up truly is the most fascinating and addictive subject matter you'll likely ever come across. And today, in continuance of that search for truth, it is with great honor that for the first time in the history of the channel, we hold an interview.
Yes, my name is Ken, and I...
That was meant to be in that script. Hang on, I'll throw that piece of paper away, and let's start again. My name is Dr. Eric Norton. I'm an ex-NASA employee and also an NSA agent that has been expelled for leaking information previously in the past. But I have something major to bring to you about the UFOs and the aliens that are among us that have been covered up by the US government for many years. You may have heard about L-shaped craft. Yes, they're shaped like a letter L. Crazy as it sounds, but the military have designed these craft in the form of L's, so when they get witnessed in the sky and get photographed, people laugh at them when they show it to the public on news channels and also YouTube channels like yourself. Here's a picture of one of them now.
Humor.
This is what you
This is legit though.
seen. And also there's one picture found on Google Earth or Google Moon of one of these parked in a crate and mining it. And here's a picture of also a person had photographed it in the night sky. As you can see, it's a crazy shape. But yes, believe it or not, people believe that these craft are flying around our atmosphere, and despite them using the funny design, people still believe it. And so they're nothing like the usual UFOs that people have photographed, which we're trying to cover up. And here are some pictures of regular cylinder UFO, which is like the motherships that come from Planet X, and also the sources that it carries inside its ship. And they are now working together with the US government and...
See, my script's at least a lot better than Tyler's, you know.
Russia and China to keep themselves secret while they work with the Earth authorities to trade weapons and also Earth's resources. They don't want to alarm the public about what's going on, so they've covered it up since 1947, since the first UFO crashed in the desert there in Area 51. They've been reverse engineering what they've found, because aliens, even though they're working with us now, are keeping lots to themselves, and we want more technology faster so we can use advanced weapons in Middle East.
Now, that's great news there, Dr. Norton. We've been trying to say NASA means never a straight answer. And here is proof that have been lying to us about the photographs of UFOs on their film live streams. So our phone lines are flooding, and I think we'll open it up and get some questions going to you. Hee, it's Blake Cousins here. You know, we have the greatest, biggest UFO channel. I just got some questions to ask you. Oops, I think I accidentally cut him off. Who's been mucking around with the buttons here? Well, Blake, call back again and we'll try and get you on air. Sorry about that. Stupid fool. He thinks he's the best UFO channel. I'm the best UFO channel. We sorted him out. Oh, was it on mic? Oops, I had the mic on.
Yo, Uni Rockers, it's Uni Rock Jason here. I got a few questions to ask your guests. Dr. Norton, I'm suspicious that you're actually a real person. How can you verify that you're a real person? I'm so sick of the fake news on channels here, and we need to get the truth seekers involved and flush out the lies.
Oops, we seem to be having more technical difficulties there. Sorry about that, Jason. You got disconnected. I think we have to end the interview early until we can sort out our web issues. Thanks for visiting our channel and watching live, and answer the questions and comments, and we'll see you again next week. Let's end this session. What button is it now?
My name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. When did I do that? Needed the voice modder though to do it better. Maybe I needed to hire Goofon to play security, because he's good at doing the voice mocks. I'll post it there anyway. I don't know why no one knows about Dr. Norton, but they don't watch my channel, obviously. So you see I've tried all different types of video, from comedy to expose it to serious stuff, and it never works. That's because Google suppresses my channel. So that was back in 2017, that comedy. And how many views did it get?
Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with...
only 122 views and 11 likes. Anyway, not much I can do about that. But people should know that he's hoaxed videos from the very first video he uploaded on his channel. And he deleted his first 2 years. Go and check if you don't believe me. Of all the fakes and stuff that he stole. He stole a lot of clips from various people. Claimed them as his own. But anyway, he's now raking in the money. So it's just like this here, where he's saying, oh, I'm not sure what happened there, we cut you off accidentally. It reminded me of that skit I did.
Standards here on Third Phase of Moon. Guys, I want to get your opinions. What do you think was captured? Is this some kind of kite? Or is this some kind of biological life form? What do you think about Michael Tshirt on location in the Roswell incident? Is there metals out there that could change the world overnight? That's what we want to know. And I really appreciate Michael joining us in today's episode. Again, we're traveling.
Did he say metals or metals? Because Americans always say T's as D's, don't they? They say photo.
And across the country very shortly, and we'll be posting on location right here at Third Phase Moon, meeting up with the people behind disclosure, and we're going to be bringing it to you as fast as possible. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us. And
So he didn't have too many people on as guest speakers for some reason. What is that? That's really weird, isn't it? You've got all those people interested in calling in, wouldn't you just keep it going? So that makes no sense to me. They must have got up to a certain amount of minutes today. Oh yeah, over 10 minutes. Once they got their 10 minutes, they can put 4 ads into it, you see. Okay, so third phase is done. Looks like I'm going to have to get going though soon, because we're getting late lunch. So what's the time now? Oh, it's coming up to 2 hours already. But I will try to do another early stream in the weekend and catch anyone that didn't manage to make Wednesday's one anyway. And hopefully we'll have some more stuff to go over. Thanks Jasper for giving another like there. Well done. Yeah, so not sure if security team has put up anything new. It's like once every 2 weeks, isn't it? We've already looked at that one. Saying that NASA's lying about stuff. Darcy's put out a new video, by the way, on secret transmissions and all that sort of stuff from NASA. I'll probably have to watch the movie and then do a review of it, breakdown of all the lies in it. But what he's done is he's put in this one here, Luna Cognito, whatever it's called, for airbrushing, and I've already debunked that many years ago. The guy, apparently the old guy, was pulling not directly from NASA's archives, but from another website where it was run by Richard Hoagland and the other guy, Mike Burrow, who had actually, and some of the other guys that worked with him, had actually modified the images to make these hidden things in the photos come up when they run that through filters. But anyway, that was another comedy I did there. Well, another comedy image. First image from Mars rover. An alien sitting on a loo, a bog. Dr. Norton. What was I looking for now? Looking for... Why's that one coming up? Airbrush. Okay, I must have gone over it again. Moon airbrushing, yeah, I must have done. Where's the original though? It was my first live stream, but I was actually saving it to hard drive. And any mistakes I made. Why is it not coming up though? That's the question. NASA investigated that, must be it there. Maybe I haven't got a really good thumbnail on it. Is that the one? Main structures all set. Oh no, it's a live stream. Okay, there's a lot of those ones.
Welcome
Repeated.
to the Out There channel.
Where's the airbrushing one? I'll try NASA. Why is it not coming up? NASA. Okay, will be NASA. See, that's a classic Photoshop there. One that looks like something built inside the crater is actually a Photoshop. Still going around. Where's the original NASA one? Man, I've done so much over the years. Should be a lot bigger by now, shouldn't I? Security. Mickey Mouse. I don't think all those got NASA in it, surely. Where's the original? Google's not searching very well anymore, is it? Luna. I'll just try Luna. Still not seeing it. That's really annoying. Maybe it got deleted and didn't get a message. Won't be surprised, you know, there's a lot of cover up. I don't think I saw it there. Cognita, or something like that it was called, wasn't it? Probably spelled it wrong. Or I don't have it in the description. Maybe it was spelled that way. Is that the one? No. Nope. It's better worry, that's airbrush and try it with a space in between. Probably be in there. Let's playlist, let's have a look. Okay, where's the list? Okay, here we go. UFOs, aliens. IS is fate. Where's the airbrush one? Why is it not scrolling? Damn thing. Doesn't let me zoom in. 3 moon investigated. It's got to be here. Airbrush. Oh, here we go. There it is. There. Yeah, I finally found it. Okay, that was before I was clued up on streaming technology. It's all self-learning. But I went through, because I thought that site was credible, so I went through the site to see if I could replicate his results, and I couldn't. Not until I used the images that he got from this other site. So I proved that he was a fake channel. So I went through it, followed his channel. So his name was Gary Luna. Here you go. That's how it's spelled, with no space. I spelled it that way.
Those comes in very handy, and
I had a $2 microphone here.
fitted, which is interesting.
So I go through this, trying to get that box to come up. Remember on the movie, which I'm going to go over, you'll see there's a box there. So I got the original images straight from NASA, and unless they airbrushed it really well, there's no way they got that sort of gradient.
But finding out the useful ones.
So that's me learning this new package called paint.net. So you can see there's no square box here, but and it fits in with the rest of the.
But there's still no block, no square block.
Okay, so that guy is a fraud. Claiming it was from NASA, and they weren't photographs from NASA. They're modified. So I think I originally go and find the website he got his images from. Is that the one? There you go.
The image here. Oh.
So he's got this square block that comes up
On his site, Keith Langley. And it looks the same, but notice it hasn't got that blob in the corner. So I downloaded that one too, and I called it Tempered. Here it is here. As you can see, it's exactly the same image. And how do you save it?
So there's an analog mic too, you can hear the bzzz in the background.
You just right click and on a website image, right click and you can say save image as. So you can take a copy of it to have a play with.
COVID.
So we'll do that now. And we'll bring up paint.net. Oh, I've got 2 copies open.
There's that thing in the corner now.
Get rid of that one. That one. Don't save. Okay, let's open up the tempered one.
No, that's the original.
Or the recompressed, or not the original copy one. Well, I'm not saying they're liars or anything. But here we go. We'll do the adjustments on it.
Well, I think he is a liar now, because he showed up on Secure Team's channel, wasn't it? So
question: what happened to that thing in the corner, the blobby thing? Curve plus, and we'll stick with the default contrast one, and just bring this up. So we can get it with this one, this tool. I just saw it then.
You see, I'm not.
Oh, there's that blobby thing starting to show.
Wasn't familiar with the tool at that stage.
Yeah, you can start seeing the blackness appearing there.
Okay.
And best to use that flip hue changer, which is a really cool option. And Why is it not showing? There's that
Not really
blobby
good
thing
back
showing up.
Not really good with it back then. The blobby thing being that thing in the corner.
I swear I got it showing up the other day. But you can see it's different. The image is different that they've used.
Go on, Paul, you got on the wrong
Just go
setting.
back to that
I should have changed it up here.
video. And they got that blobby bit there. But you can see there's no blobby bit there. So something's going on with that image. So it's definitely the same one. Starting to see something then. There it
I saw
goes.
it then. Stop moving around. Man, I was frustrating back then.
There we go. It's starting to show up on that range.
Mind you, I had a really old laptop there. It's not processing it as fast as
There you go. There's the square. Took a wee while to get it. We're changing all the colours.
This computer's not.
Now, how
fast
that
enough.
there's that thing in the corner now showing up. I reckon all the colours got changed, and that looks like it's been photoshopped to me, rather than a video artifact from computer.
Okay, so it's re-skimming that again. So yeah, you could go and watch it if you're new to the channel. You'll hear me probably say bad English like nothing, nothing instead of nothing, because that comes from sloppy English here. But yeah, it's not too bad for my first attempt at doing a live capture to the hard drive. So that one came out pretty good. So there's the block there. So if I haven't got the right colours, you'll see it when I do the movie review. What's it called though? Secret Space, the beginning. The beginning of Secret Space. And he's put all these PD clips together, and he's put this lunar site image on, saying it's that NASA was lying airbrushing. But as I proved in this episode here, using the proper NASA image straight from their archives, which looks exactly the same. Until you run it through filters, you can see here there's no square block, right? And that one, that disproves that the other channel either was faking it, or they got misguided. But they did put up a lot of stuff on their channel, path analysis, which I've done as well, which I determined it could be ice particles, even though they're moving all in different directions, because each particle's been blasted out and the Teffa snapped, and it probably had all the ice particles on the outside of it all come ripping off it, and they would go all in different directions because the cable bends, right? So it makes sense that all those ice particles would be sipping around in different directions on the Teffa one. And although it had me fooled for some time, I'd like to believe there are big motherships that are flashing like that in space, but that's how we all get suckered in. So you've seen that one? Did that trigger some memories there for you? That's good. It's good recapping old stuff every so often, because people don't watch the old stuff, unfortunately, and a lot of the old stuff is some of the best stuff. And you can see where you started from and how you improved what you do as well, in your teaching, because I really am a teacher, right? And people can go and replicate anything I do to confirm it themselves, right? But they won't, because most people are lazy. So, Secure Team is the one that promoted Luna guy. and he had Darcy Ware on talking about him as well, and Darcy Ware has now used it in a movie. Whereabouts was the search thing for that one? Let's see. Luna Cognita. Oh, there you go. It's in there somewhere, is it? Researching Legend Speech. Okay, let's save that one. Oh, that's loud. There we go, Darcy.
I think the government or astronauts are going to come out and tell us what they really saw or know.
Okay, where's the Luna guy?
It covered the UFO subject, and what I like about yours is that, you know, if you find out something's CGI or you put up CGI in the past, you kind of get out there, delete it.
No one's perfect, but yeah, there's people like
bunch of bullshitters. They really are. Not really good mic setup there either, is it?
Programs and certain, you know, missions that happened in Apollo.
Okay, so this way's put out the movie anyway, so we're going to go over it and pick out all the problems with it.
So heavily covered up.
And you,
in terms of using, there's one in one of my videos, I believe.
Okay, this is Luna, whatever his name is, Gary.
But the paragraph where they were talking about, oh, are you holding his cue cards up to read over the radio?
Right, they had these pre-written scripts to read.
Exactly.
Like,
okay. That is the Luna guy, though. Where does he start off? Oh, here it is. Here is it. Now, those pre-written scripts, I don't know. We have to go over those. I know they would have keywords for things because you've got to remember it was like the space race happening. And they know the Russians were spying on them. So did the Russians actually have anything in orbit around the moon to watch them? Because they haven't actually got the technology to land on the moon, but they probably had the technology to get to the moon. So all this one saying they're watching us, does that mean Russians, you know? So we'll go over all that. They like to think it's UFOs, of course. Where's the lunar images? Did he actually put some up?
I watched all of the Bart Sibrel documentaries and all of these moon hoax, and it had me convinced that we did not go to the moon. Little did I know how naive I was and how those documentaries were later all debunked, and that there is more than enough footage to prove that we did go. But there's also evidence of, I mean, as you've shown on your now gone YouTube channel, which we'll get to in just a second, you've shown and proven that they have manipulated photos. I don't know if they've faked entire photos, but we know from your work they've at least manipulated them. Would you say that's accurate? Trying to cover something up?
Absolutely. And that was kind of the thing that got me going in the direction that I went as Luna Cognita when I began.
Yeah, so I debunked that guy, right? So they should be interviewing and saying, look, and this guy here has got the original NES video and there's no block. How do you explain that? So these guys are all frauds as far as I'm concerned. I'll just copy that one across so you can re-watch it if you want. Tyler, friends or mates with Gary, Luna, Cognita. There we go. I don't normally promote on the side chat fraud channels, but it all goes together with today's breakdown, recaps, I should say. So it sounds like a really old guy there. I think what happened is he got old and his health deteriorated and he stopped doing the channel was his excuse. But a lot of people actually come across that channel and got them interested in UFOs, right? Even though no one bothered doing background checks on a lot of the stuff he was claiming to realise that it was all misleading. I might have to leave it there. I think maybe I got lunch now. I can eat. I think there's nothing new popping up by the looks of it. Left to look over. Unless I'm missing something, guys. Anything I've missed recently? I think I've pretty much caught up. There's not much really happening, is there? Is that the spiral in New Zealand? Let's see. Solar balloon spotted. Okay. Yep, that's a solar balloon, alright. Okay, so you got anything about speed debunking another UFO film? He changed his picture. So no one knows what Scott Brando really looks like. Start. Here we are. Okay, and that's Mick West one we started with. YouTube hoax promoter Jamie was premiered a few hours ago. This footage shows a UFO flying near into space station. No, absolutely not. It's a fake video already exposed in my channel.
En el espacio, continúan registrándose extraordinarias evidencias de tecnología no humana cerca de la Estación Espacial Internacional. En esta ocasión, se aprecia con gran claridad.
So it was a CGI. Looked like a mouse cursor. What's that one? Oh, here we go. Falcon 9, here you go. So he's debunked it by looking it up. Launched, blah blah blah, low Earth orbits. No, that's not the same one, that's another location, isn't it? Kind of looks like the one over New Zealand though. So that's not a spiral. SpaceX, Florida. Okay, so where's the one about New Zealand? Has he not covered it yet? No, doesn't look like it. I didn't see it. Didn't see the spiral. It's a bit strange for Scott Brando not to do that one. But anyway, I'll see you again in the weekend. I think we're pretty much up to date now on everything. And maybe I'll have to start looking at real UFO cases instead. Wow, I remember these black tubular balloons. Yeah, made from just black shopping bags. But now you can buy them from China pre-made. And schools generally make them and see it heat up and expand and then lift off, sort of thing. Or they speed it up with a hairdryer or something like that. Same as it do with the hot air balloons, where they sort of inflate it on the ground with the big propane tanks. Is there anything else there I need to go? Goof on. We could debunk Goof on, I suppose. And UFO Man. Let's have a quick look at UFO Man. Anything new added? He normally adds a lot of stuff, but it gets deleted because as soon as he gets copyright infringement, he deletes the video because he can't make money off it. Cylinder-shaped object spotted over the ocean. Yeah, look how bad the image quality is. This UFO near Japan with flashing red lights. That sounds like a plane, doesn't it? Let's have a look at these ones and then we'll wrap up. Looks like it's coming down. Is it a blip? plane. Film through a window, which is no good. Okay, what is it? Are we seeing flashing red lights? Kinda looks like a blimp, doesn't it? Let's see what UFO Man says.
Hey guys, it's UFO Man. Here's a clip coming out of Kasukabe, Japan. Dated sometime during June of 2022. The exact date is unknown. When I find out the exact date, I will post it in the comments down below.
So if it's a blimp, it could be an advertising blimp, because looks like it's going down on an angle, which kind of suggests that it's on a cable and it's being wound down before the shop closes.
Make an assessment. Let me know what you think. This object appears
Well, it's going straight down.
Shape. It has
Yeah, UFO landing in the middle of the city, you dopey
I have slowed it down
brick.
significantly so you can get a better look at it. Coming up will be the original footage at the original speed with the original audio and 5 still shots run through different colored filters so you can take a better look at it and make a better judgment call on what you think it might be. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Remember to share us out to your social media
So where's it gone?
platforms. And as always,
Oh, there it is. It's still going down.
Watching.
Yeah, so bloody advertising blimp. Okay, what's the else he got in here? As if it's going to be landing into the city. So it's got one flashing light on it, which I suppose they might put an LED light on it just to make it pop out at night time. Okay, look at this one.
Coming out of Oceanside, California, dated 6/12/2022, of a stationary
I hate when it makes that
object
noise. It means
over
something's
the
loose.
ocean. It does move left to right and right to left on occasion.
That's
Take
a
look,
boat.
make an assessment,
That's a
let me
boat
know
on a.
what you think. And
hang
as
on.
always, thank you for watching.
Could it be Fata Morgana? It's at the right height to be Fata Morgana. Fata Morgana.
What is that up there?
Don't know, you can't keep it
blimp?
still, mate. Because you're doing a portrait and you have to zoom in on it, probably.
I don't know. Why would a blimp be over the ocean?
No. That's a boat. Yeah, it looks like an oil container coming in, doesn't it? An oil container ship. And it's sort of on an angle coming in this way. So it's below the horizon, and we're getting Fata Morgana, which is a mirage. And it always is at this particular height. It's always at a certain height. So yeah, those ones are going to fool you all the time. And you know it's a mirage because there's no detail in it normally. You don't normally see high quality. I thought it might be also fake horizon, but you can see the cloud cover does come down to the sea edge here. Sometimes you get ones where the sea sort of blends in with the sky and it creates a false horizon, but no, that's Fata Morgana. Did anyone say that in the comments? Yeah, it looks legit. But it's not a UFO. Oceanside. Amazing footage. Another good one, buddy. All these suckers that know nothing about science. And this channel will never actually educate them. Just keep feeding bullshit into the brain so they keep coming back for more. So he's looking at blimps here, but no, that's misleading. It's a good guess. A blimp is a good guess. We do use fishing kites as well, balloons, blimps. They hang off hooks off it. But this one definitely looks like Fata Morgana. No one's going to say it though. Subscribe to Third Phase. This is a problem. I am subscribed to Third Phase. Oh god. No Mirage. You think someone would have said something 3 days ago? You know, people should be a bit more educated by now. Bit weird he didn't zoom in, exactly. It's not a blimp, it looks like a tic-tac. No. How come it's not symmetrical then? It's typical UFO video. Oh, here we go. Superior Mirage. Someone with brains. Ashwood, and he ain't got any upvotes. Let's see if I can give him one. Finally, someone with brains. Superior image. Fata Morgana. Temporal inversion. Yep, that's the one. Anyone else? No, that's it. One person out of all those. How many are posted there? Good 30, 40. 1 in 40 has brains. 47. 1 in 47 has brains on that guy's channel. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. I think we've done enough. Shame I started a bit late though for you guys, but maybe it worked out for better, I don't know. Seeing that I needed some sleep. Have you covered the Jerusalem video? Oh yeah, of course. That was done by 8 film students. Someone managed to track them down, they come clean. They did a good convincing job though. They filmed it to make it look like it's filmed from different angles. They've got different angles in the city. And then they just simply added their CGI onto it. Even though that had debunked a year before, Jamie Maussan still presents it to what's that one? Congress. What's it called? UFO event they have each year. Conference, you know, in Las Vegas, is it? Rojas normally was there as this main speaker, right? Yeah, surely you knew that one was film students though, didn't you? A teacher and students, or maybe it's 7 film students and 1 teacher. Anyway, they wanted to see if anyone would believe it, and obviously they did. I have covered it. Where you can find it, I don't know. You have to do a search. Goodbye. And I'll just say goodnight here. And I'll catch you again in the weekend. I've got lots of stuff to look at. Thanks for joining us, and the donations even this time. Oh well, memberships, so need a lot more of those. Help me fund the channel. I was going to spend $60 on a music license. If you've been following me on Discord, it turned out the German composer, it wasn't him, it's someone using his material and putting false copyright on it. So he was trying to hunt them down on Instagram. So I thought, oh crap, I got to cover my ass now just in case and buy a license, and it was going to be 65 New Zealand dollars. So, and then I sent him an email as well saying I've been using it for years, promoting you for years. And he said, oh, that's great, I'm glad that you're doing that. And he said, no, you don't have to pay me for anything. I said, "Oh, I think you deserve a wee bit of money because it's an excellent one. You know, the one on the end credits I use mostly. It's a really catchy song." I said, "Yeah." So he refunded my money, and that was nice of him. And I said, "Oh, look, I'll give you a couple. I'll give you $10 or $20 once my credit card gets cleared on PayPal again." Because PayPal have been doing something strange with the credit cards, saying you have to now verify them or something. Maybe something happened. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, thanks guys. I didn't look into it further. I know there was a guy who formed a cult. Oh, did he? See, I never bothered once I learnt it was I knew it was a fake, and once I heard it was a fake. It might have been Open Minds that a MUFON investigated it and found out who actually was behind it. Okay, thanks Jasper. Good night then. Better run up the end credits. And I hope to see you again. Stay safe on the roads. Why is it not playing music? It is. All was working good. Hope you enjoyed it today, and get us some UFO videos to look at next time if you want. Get on Discord there, post some links there, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is the German music I use quite a bit. Because it's got a good beat to it. And a good civ beat track. I was hoping to get him on for an interview and join the channel, but he hasn't. He's an older guy, 60s maybe, I think, 50s, 60s.